Let me explain something to y'all. I know it's late. I'm looking crazy, but I was just trying to sit here and fall asleep, and I just happened to stumble upon this video right here. Take a look.
This on my plate. I will not let no. I don't do what they do. I do what I do. I'm the visionary. I believe it.
But she's
I
my
would
coach.
never eat a plate that looked like this. You couldn't even pay me $1 million to do that to myself.
Oh my God.
I deserve better than that. That's low vibration. And you took it. I would have been like, I'm playing like that. I tell you what I want. You don't tell me what I want.
So my thought process is if you put it on my plate, but I don't have to eat it, I got the discipline.
I won't even look at it and look. That make you look bad. I'm a queen. Queen's plate gonna like. If we used to have two plates, we play together. I said, who's royalty? They would say this person. I agree. That's a good way.
This is
I
serious
can my shit. Yeah,
because there's a lot of people that just let people give them what they want them to have, and they accept it. And Storm is teaching me right now.
yeah.
Coach Storm is teaching me don't accept what they put on your plate.
You couldn't even pay me to do that to my
They put this on.
So help me to understand how a plate of food that has more food on it, is it because of the meat on the plate that makes the girl not royalty, or she was wrong for accepting the extra food on the plate, or was it the way the food was arranged that made her not as far as in a good light? Because you said that that was very hood rat, the way her plate basically looked versus the way your plate looked, that only had a piece of corn on the cob and a piece of chicken or something or pork, but yet instead you licked your fingers at the same time and then even proceeded to put your hand over on her plate while saying that that was hood rat versus your plate, and that if she look at your plate, or if somebody look at your plate and look at her plate, who they gonna think is more greater, or the queen or something like that. Jesus. Listen, y'all gonna stop taking bad advice from people that really are not qualified to be giving out advice. Now, Stormy, girl, you be dressed. When I tell you your fashions be above and beyond, you be dressed to the nines, which I expect nothing else from you. And I'm gonna give you that. But that analogy or whatever you see here try to compare in terms of saying that y'all are queens and, you know, somebody is not as much of a queen or royal because of food that was on a plate all bunched up together versus your plate that was looking anorexic. Girl, they ain't got nothing to do with the city or the state. I'm trying to understand what was the analogy. What were you trying to get at when you compared the two? You said that your plate and her plate are not the same, and that her plate is more of a low vibration, and you was comparing it to basically what the girl took from it is don't accept what people sit here and put on your plate, or don't accept what people put forth before you, or something to that extent. Basically saying that you control your own narrative or what you want out of life. And I understand what you was trying to get at. You was trying to get at on encouraging her to say, don't just accept anything, any old thing what people give you. But you use the wrong delivery in the wrong moment to try to make a point of what you was trying to get across, because while you was trying to use that example of the plate and the foods and the way the food was sloppy on the plate and all this other stuff and piled on, you was licking your fingers and putting your hand on somebody else's plate. And then where I come from, we don't do that. You put your damn hands on my plate, bitch, we are fighting, okay? We are going to clear the whole room. Bitch, you are moving around is what's going to happen. So I was just trying to understand how that moment that you was trying to be a teachable moment to the sister was doing any good to anybody. Had you just flat out and just explained what you was trying to explain, then I would have accepted that. But for you to sit here and go and give advice or make a moment and say that two plates, one which has more food than the other and is sloppily prepared than the other, at the same time you was comparing it to hood rat type-ish behavior, at least what I interpreted as, all the while you was licking your fingers and putting your hands over her food. A queen also does not do that as well, but people do it. So does that make them less of a queen because they licking their fingers and putting their hands in somebody else's food? Like, people gotta learn how to take a teachable moment and just let it be a teachable moment and stop trying to make everything be poetic. Everything ain't gotta be serious in life. Everything ain't gotta be poetic in life. And for those of you that gonna be out there saying, well, if you don't like it, you ain't gotta watch it. Well, I wasn't trying to watch it. It just happened to scroll upon my timeline because I'm gonna give respect. Well, all due respect that. She is well known on social media. So of course she is gonna pop up on my timeline. And yes, I do, as I recall, follow her. Not because of the fact that I'm hating, but because of the fact that I like the way she dressed. I'm just gonna sit here and call it out. I like watching. I love fashion. That's just what I do. I love fashion. So of course I'm gonna sit here and follow her. Does it mean that I gotta like everything that she sit here and does because I follow her? No, it does not. But at the same time, I'm not gonna sit here and fake the phone and pretend like that what she said was not some BS because it was some BS. Okay, that teachable moment that was so called supposed to be a teachable moment for a very smart woman who just so happened to be trying to make an example in a teachable moment in the physical present tense moment of a plate of food as an analogy or metaphor or whatever you want to call it. It was just seemed like a very dumb thing to sit here and do. Okay? It was a dumb thing to sit here and say. And all I'm saying is that learn how to just make a teachable moment when the moment is called for a teachable moment, or just leave it alone at all, because to me, it was just giving vibes of you kind of coming across as boastful, trying to down the girl because she had a plate of food. Y'all at a cookout, it looks like, okay? Y'all supposed to be comfortable. Ain't nobody trying to sit here and be like Martin Luther King at no cookout. People trying to eat, okay? That's all I'm saying, okay? Just learn how to be present for the situation when the situation calls for it. My grandma said there's a time and place for everything, okay? And that was not the time to be sitting trying to compare apple to oranges because I didn't get it, okay? It's just, unless I'm just slow and it went over my head, I did not get it. Maybe some of y'all got it, but I didn't get it, okay? Comparing hood rat behavior and not accepting something from somebody because of the way they piled it on your plate and making it seem like that you know, they less than because they accepted the plate like that and stuff. No, that's how black folks do, okay? If you ever went to a black folks cookout, which I'm assuming that it probably was, I'm just assuming, not saying that it was, but if you ever went to a black folks cookout, everybody know we go for 2 or 3 plates sometimes because we can't fit everything on one plate. So how does that make you less of a person than the next person because of the fact that you got a plate of food, but y'all eating the same thing? Y'all just eating less quantity. So does that make you anorexic? No, we not calling you anorexic because that's your prerogative. Okay, if you don't want to have as much food as she got on her plate, that's your business. But don't be sitting here trying to make a teachable moment out of something that doesn't call for a teachable moment. That's all I got to sit here and say. Mr. 6 for 8 signing off. Damn.